and welcome back to my channel, Ava's Luxury for Less, with me, Avanita.
Javon.
Yeah! In today's video, we have something totally different that's going to blow you away. I mean, I'm sure you're not expecting this, but I'm sure it will make you, rethink on other things. Anyway, in the video today, I'm going to show you how we made our Jamaican breakfast. For the kids, I made saltfish, and then for myself, I made red herring. I don't know how much of you guys know red herring, but we use red herring in Jamaica to eat with crackers or dumpling, bread as well. But the red herring is like a fish, and then they soak it in salt.
It says red there.
Red herring.
It says red herring.
Yeah, red herring. That's Jamaican. Red herring. Yes. So I had red herring and ackee and fried breadfruit for breakfast with orange juice and a slice of avocado. Guys, it was amazing. Trayvon ate all his breadfruit with saltfish. Tyrese had seconds. So trust me, you guys are gonna love it. He had like those first bits of, he had about 4 pieces of breadfruit first with saltfish, and then he had another 4 pieces of breadfruit with saltfish. You were sitting here next to him, you didn't see it? Really? You were paying attention on your food, isn't it? Of course, it's good. Anyway,
like your food.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's bring it to the process. Let's go.
Yep.
Make it. So these are the ingredients that I'll need to make my ackee and red herring with saltfish and fried breadfruit. So I have some saltfish, red herring that I got from the Billingsgate Market. The breadfruit my sister carried. Oh, that's Trayvon posing for the camera. The breadfruit my sister carried back from Jamaica for me. So I'm just getting everything ready to get started. So red herring I got from Billingsgate Market. I got 6 for I think £5, and then the saltfish I got 2 packs for £5 in Edmonton Green. So I'm just taking the onion, and then I cut it in half. Actually, I just take the skin off, and then after I take the skin off, I'm just gonna cut it in half and then just slice it up as to how I want them to look. So I just cut it in half, and then I take the other off and then just put it aside. Then I just take the sweet peppers. I got 3 sweet peppers in the Asda in Edmonton Green for 99p. I'm just taking little bits out of all 3 colors so I can make the red herring and stuff, colorful. So I'm just taking these and then just bringing them. Oh, the tomatoes I got from my garden outside, and I'm just gonna wash them just to get off any excess dust or anything which is on them. So I'm just washing them off. Shout out to Trayvon. Trayvon videoed for me at the first bit, so thank you, Trayvon. Right, bringing them back to the chopping board, and then I'm just gonna start cutting them up. Yeah, so I'm just dicing the onions as to how I want them to look, and just be careful with the knife because you don't want to cut your fingers. Literally, you don't want to. And then the sweet peppers, I'm just cutting them, in tiny strips. So I don't want it to be too chunky where it's gonna take a while to cook and then let everything overcook. I don't want everything to be overcooked, just tender enough. So I'm just slicing them not too thin but quite thin. And then this is what it looks like after I finish slicing everything up. So here's the breadfruit. Because it traveled all the way from Jamaica, it rubbed up against each other. So I'm just using my knife just to cut off all the excess stuff on it, which is like the burn bits, and from other bits it's just touch on the other bits. So I'm just cleaning it up so I can get it ready to start frying it. So I'm getting ready my saltfish. I bought 2 of these for £5 in Edmonton Green. So I'm just taking them out of the pack, put them into my saucepan, and then I'm just going to wash them off with some cold water. I just want to get rid of the salt not too much of the salt, but some of the salt, so I can get it ready to make it for the kids. I washed it twice. Again, Trayvon is videoing for me, so it's a little bit wobbly, but you can still see. Yeah, so I just washed it twice, and then I boiled it for, I think, no, 7 minutes. So you get rid of most of the salt that is just too much. So I just catch a little bit of water, and then just use my dish towel to wipe off the excess, and then just bring it to the hob, set it on, and then just let it stay there for 7 minutes. So I took my reddening outside. I don't know how much of you Jamaican do this, but I don't have a blowtorch. So what I did, I just go back to what I used to. Piece of paper, light it, and then you used the lighted paper to scald off the skin, so it's easily taken off when you're ready to do that. And then there, I finished it. So I'm just taking off the head, the bit of the tail, and then it's quite easy actually once you use the fire to take off most of the skin and stuff. See, it's quite easy to do. So if I had a blowtorch, I would have used it. And then I'm just washing it off again just to get rid of some of the salt, because it is quite salt. I don't know if you're aware, but I'm sure most Jamaicans are. It is quite salt, so I'm just washing it off, and then that's it. So I'm cutting up the breadfruit because I'm going to start frying them. Trayvon has been picking the breadfruit, so I had to tell him to leave. He's not in this shot, and you can see he's not videoing for me anymore. So yeah. So the reddening, I start to cut them into the size that I need, because I'm going to start cooking everything up, and then just get everything prepared finally. So I finished this ackee I got from Edmonton Green. Ackees are quite expensive now. This one I think is 5.49. So yeah, I'm just prepping everything. So once I start cooking, everything is easily accessible, and not have to be searching and looking for everything. So this is what everything looks like, prep and ready to go. My ackee, my season, my red herring, saltfish, and of course my breadfruit. They look nice. The tomatoes I got from my garden outside. I don't know if anyone, if you remember, but I had a small garden and I had so many tomatoes, cucumbers, and sweet peppers from my garden already. So yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm just going ahead. I put my frying pan on, light my hob, and then just start getting ready. I use vegetable oil to fry the breadfruits. I like vegetable oil. I'm not a big fan of the sunflower oil, but this is just my preference. And then I've light the other side of the cooker because I'm gonna do two things at once. So I'm using some olive oil here to make the saltfish for the kids. Saltfish has changed, because before it used to be 3 for £5. Now it's changed to 2 for £5. And again, the ackee as well, it used to be like for £4 something, and now it's £6 or £7. But it's totally changed. Here I'm just picking up the saltfish into not tiny pieces, because I don't like it when it's too tiny. Just good sized chunk where it's good enough and not looks like fish food according to my mom. So yeah, just pinching it up and just get it all nice and ready. So I've started use frying the breadfruits. I've actually just add a little salt onto the breadfruit so they will have taste after they're finished frying. And then just use my fork just to add more into the pot, into the pan, sorry, so I can get as much in as possible. And here's my breadfruit frying. Yeah, they look good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I've just put some onion and tomatoes and sweet peppers in the other frying pan, and then just start stirring it with my wooden spoon. Using a iron spoon to cook sometimes is quite dangerous because it does get hot. So it's preferable if you use a wooden spoon because it doesn't get hot. So I'm turning my breadfruit, and as you can see, I'm using my hand as well because I don't want them to break. So after stirring the season to fry a little bit, not too much because you don't want them to overcook, I add the saltfish and then just continue to stir it. Not too much because again you don't want the saltfish to be broken up into small pieces. Just stir it quite enough so it's, it's good. So after adding everything, this is what it looks like. And look, my breadfruit, they're all getting golden. You don't want to fry the breadfruit too much because you don't want it to be too dry so you can't enjoy it. So I just add a little bit of pepper onto the saltfish and I'm finished with that one already. Yeah. So I'm taking out the breadfruit which I finished frying and they look good. Really, really good. Yeah, and none of them was broken. So, my game is up. So I've started to prepare the red herring. So I've just chucked some tomato into my frying pot and just stir it. I want the tomato to kind of fry it out where it has color. Yeah, so then I had the onions in and I just want the flavor of the onion to sit well. I just don't want it to be whacked in and then just leave. I want it to give a little bit of taste of the onion. So this is my onion and tomato. And as you can see, I'm going around and just stirring the tomato more because I want it to have that kind of red flavor. I add my red herring in, start to stir. This is it. Looks good already. It does. Okay, everybody has their own preference, but this is mine and I love it. I add the sweet pepper last because I don't want the sweet pepper to be overcooked. For me, the sweet pepper has to have a little crunch, but not like a raw crunch. But either way, you can have it either way, but I don't like it to be too soft. Stirring it and then I just add my ackee. Do not use a wooden spoon to stir your ackee. It will turn soft like porridge. So don't do that. Use a metal spoon just to kind of stir it up and not too much. You don't want to play with it too much. It will get soft. So this is what it looks like after I've added some pepper and a little bit of thyme. And then this is breakfast. Thanks to Trayvon for setting the table. We are having orange juice, some water, and then we just put out all the food. So yeah, guys, tell me what you think. The breadfruits are looking awesome. Antonia, you're not the only one who is eating Jamaican food. I am as well. And then there's the saltfish. I really like how it turned out. Not that I don't know it would turn out well, but it looks really nice. I can't wait to eat this. It's wicked. It's wicked, wicked, wicked. Look at that. Awesome. And then yeah, these are all just the finishing pictures that I've taken and I think it all looks really, really well. Everything just stays well together. You can use ackee and saltfish, but as you can see, this is my plate and I really like it very much. So I hope you guys enjoyed the process, the finishing look, and everything. And I hope to see you guys soon in my next video. Please don't forget to like, comment below, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Bye.